Hello again and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to focus a bit more on this circle up here, and I'm going to try and stick with the same pencils I've been using for the rest of the circles, and let's see how we do. I might pull in one or two more colors as we go along, but I will try my very best to stick within this color palette. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with PC 946 dark brown, and I'm going to bring it down on the tips of the mountains underneath the snow. So I want that to be a bit darker. So I'm going to zoom you in and we'll get started. So this is PC 946 dark brown. Just come along the side mountain. Next I'm going to get some PC 105H, which is 90% warm grey, and I'm just going to deepen these shadow areas, especially in the areas around the deer antlers. I don't want to lose the antlers in the mountain. I want them to stand out as a feature. Okay, going back over it with the dark brown. Then I'm coming in with PC 109.4, which is the sand brown. So underneath here, I'm going to bring in PC 946 because this is going to be a bit darker as it's quite behind the deer. Okay, next I'm doing PC 1085. And then I just want to bring in some dark brown PC 946 here at the bottom. Some light umber PC 941. And then the peach beige PC 1085. Okay, so then I'm going to take the blue slate PC 1024 and I'm going to just very lightly color in the sky here. Now you don't want it too light, too dark where it meets the trees and the ground or the horizon. And you can do it a bit darker further up here. It's quite tricky to get in between these leaves and all these small spaces. And then I'm going to take the sky blue light and I'm just going to go over this again. The sky blue light is quite a soft blue, so it helps quite well to smoothen out your sky and keep it a gentle blue. If you look outside on a partly cloudy or partly sunny day, or even a sunny day, the sky is not a vibrant blue. It's quite a gentle blue. A bumpy patch there. Okay, so here in these clouds, I haven't seemed to have done much in there, so I'll quickly show you how I've been doing the clouds. So I'm using the blue slate, and I'm going into these circle parts, and then I'll use the Mulberry PC995 and just very lightly the blue slate. And then I take the white and I just, using a hard pressure, just smoothen it out and blend it all up. I'm going to use a little bit of the Denim Blue PC1101, but in a very light pressure. And then I'll go over it with the sky blue light and just blend it all up. Okay, I think I'm going to leave the sky there. Let's take a black PC935 and we'll just color the birds in black. And we can even do these ones. And I'm just going to move us over here and we'll do all these birds black as well. It just will create a uniformity across the circles. See, now this is where I'm going to take you on a bit of a hopping because here I want to do the sky. So I'm using the blue slate and just filling the sky up here. This is the denim blue PC 1101. And just very lightly up at the tops. And then what I'm going to do is bring out the white and I'm going to use that to blend it. I don't want to use the sky blue light because the sky blue light and the white are here on the tips, and I don't want to really, I'm trying to keep it quite distinct even though I am using the same colors. Okay, so the white, and I'm using a medium to hard pressure. I'm not terribly experienced at coloring sky. Normally I use ink tints or neocolors, and I do different backgrounds, you know, just nothing fancy. So putting a lot of thought into how the sky would look versus the waves is a bit of something new for me. I'm just bringing in more of the blue slate because there's a bit of a gap here and I want a smooth gradient. And then I've got my white Posca pen. And if we go into the clouds here, should be able to create more of that white cloud effect. So I'm just doing it in the middle just to enhance the white of the cloud. At least to my brain. that it makes sense to my brain. And we might have to go over this again. And if I bring us over to these clouds, I'll do the same. Okay, this cloud down here, right, so now I've used the pale sage in these leaves over here, and I need to go in now with quite a sharp moss green and add a bit of depth to them. Now again, because they're really small, it's not going to really permit a lot of layers. And then the pale sage, I'll just put that over it and try smoothen the blend as well as add a bit more color. So have any of you colored mini pictures before? What was your experience? I'd love to see what you've colored, so drop me a comment below, and yeah, let's just encourage each other and share this beautiful journey together. This is my first time doing a whole lot of mini pictures, so I'm quite excited about the learning experience. Okay, I'm coming in with the 90% warm grey PC 1058, and I'm going to use it to add shadows to my pine trees here. and then I'm going to go over it with some of the grass green, which is PC 909, and it is so broken, it's actually ridiculous. And I've tried warming them up in the sun, but with it being winter now, we don't get a lot of direct sun, and I'm not convinced that it's particularly warm. Okay, and then I'm just going to go lightly over all my pine tree. Then the kelp green, PC 1090. So I'm trying to use different greens together and layer them so to create a different green, and also some contrast between the shadows and the lighter areas. Let's try some green ochre. And then some lime peel, PC 1005. All right, and then here we have, those look like trees, and then here I'll just do this as part of the mountain. That was Sandbar Brown, PC 1094, and then I'm going to use the light umber, PC 941, and just add that here. I'm going to use the grey, PC 1058, on the tree trunk with a bit of the white, so you can see it standing out from the rest of the picture. Okay, so PC 1058 for a bit of shadows. The grass green, PC 909. the green ochre PC 1091, just back over those shadows. Then the kelp green PC 1090, and the lime peel PC 1005. I'm using the PC 1002 for these little berries here. Again, if you have gel pens, you could use any color you like and add a bit of the sparkle and enjoy that glitter pens or gel pens bring. I could potentially use my boys' markers. My only problem with doing that is I think it will bleed through and I don't want to ruin my previous page. This is the dark purple. I'm just trying to go over the outline. Okay, then I'm going to use black and I'm going to just have a very sharp point and just go over my leaves. So what happens with Prismacolor is they smudge over the line art, and you can leave it, but if you redefine the black lines, it just adds a bit of oomph to the page. I think I mentioned in a previous video, I'm not yet at the point where I white out all my black lines. I haven't got to that point yet. Although when it comes to hair, sometimes I want to use a light hair color, and I see the point in removing black lines for hair to create more realistic hair. But with leaves, I haven't found the need yet for myself. You can also do this with a fine tip pen, maybe like a 0.02 fine liner. Some blue slates, and we're just here in this tip. I'm going to, because I realized that that's actually sky. There we go. Okay. Using the ginger, I'm going to use ginger root, lime peel, and maybe jasmine. And I'm going to try create these as using this same color that we used for the this map down here. So that color scheme over up here in the grass. Okay, so this is the ginger root. So I'm just going to place it lightly over as a base. Now I do want this to be a bit more green than yellow or brown, but we do need to remember that fields are not this bright green. They actually have bits of browns in them. Okay, so then let's bring in the lime peel, PC1005. I'm going to use some sandbar brown, PC1094. And I'm going to very lightly bring in some kelp green. Then some jasmine, PC1012. Back in with the lime peel, PC1005. I want the ginger root. And there we have it, which leaves the 2 trees and the 3 deer. Okay, so I don't quite know right now how I'm going to color in the leaves or the deer. So I'm going to take you on a jump with my brain over to the boat, and we can play around with the boat. So this is what happens. I really actually do struggle to keep myself on one thing. I sort of do what I can, and then my brain will just decide it doesn't know what to do and it will freeze. which is really in some ways quite frustrating, and probably why I don't end up completing many works in progress or pages. PC946 dark brown. I mean, it's most likely really because I just my brain just struggles. And then PC 1085 peach beige. PC946. Followed by the light umber PC941. I'm going to use the black and black out these holes. I need the sky blue light. The jasmine, no, sorry, the yellow ochre, PC942. There. PC1002. And a bit of dark purple. Back in with the PC1002. PC942. Just create a nice gradient there. Alright, then with the black, we define the anchor. PC946. And then the peach beige PC1085. Okay, and then we've got the mast, which I think I'm going to use PC1085. And a bit of the light umber PC941. The black PC935. Okay, so now I want to create a bit of a off-white sail here and here, but I'll add in I think I'll add in the pink stripes because I want to do this car, this minibus, or what do you call it? In my brain it reminds me of the Volkswagen camper vans. So I want to do it more yellow with the skateboard on top, and the skateboard will be grey. So if we do that, I can take the PC 1058 and over here, so use a gradient, start dark and work your way light. And then you can go over it with the black and the very darker bits. Back in with PC 1058. And then PC 938. I wouldn't worry about blending it perfectly because the skateboard, it's got this bumpy, almost like, it's not like sandpaper, but it reminds me of sandpaper kind of texture to it. I don't want to make it too light, but I also don't want to make it too dark. It's almost got to be in between. This is the black, PC 935. And then I think we'll give it blue wheels. That was PC 1101, and then I'm coming in with PC 1058. And then blue slate, PC 1024. Okay, back to the sail. PC 1012. So I'm going to use yellows in the shadows. And yeah. Followed by PC 1085, peach beige. And I'm basically just going over the yellow areas with the peach beige. And then I'm going to take a white and I'm going to blend it all out. Okay, so using the white, PC 938. It's so small I can't even see it anymore. I've had to put it in a pencil holder, which is actually really cool because it's the first time I've ever had a white pencil this small. And when I can't sharpen it anymore, I'm going to take some super glue and I'm going to super glue it to the end of my new white pencil until it's completely been used. So I suppose my one white pencil is going to have two ends for a while instead of one. Okay, so there's my off-white sails. Now I'm going to use the mulberry and I'm going to do these pink stripes. And then the white. This is just the mulberry. Okay, then I need the black so I can redo these lines. Although maybe you don't really need to. I mean, it's up to you. Go with what you like. Okay. Let's use the lemon yellow PC915. Then I'm coming in with the PC942. This is PC1002. PC1012, which is the jasmine. And then PC1002. PC942. PC915. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of mulberry, PC995, just very lightly, more as a way of just creating a bit of a shadow. And with mulberry being more of a red, you know, it's a pinky red, it will blend with the yellow and make a bit more of an orange. So I'll get a deeper orange this way. Which I actually think will work quite nicely for some of these shadows. And if you're wondering if I know what I'm doing, not at all. I'm actually experimenting. So I'm just taking you on that with me. Okay, so let's use the yellow ochre PC942, PC1058. And then the white. Back in with the black, PC935. PC1058, and then PC938, PC1058. I'm just touching up the part of the tires that are under the shadow of the car. PC1002 in the headlights, followed by PC938. It's a bit tricky because, you know, they're lights, but they're not switched on. So I might actually put in a bit of white Posca. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and then we'll do a very light PC1024 over the windows. And I'll blend that out with the white PC938. I don't want it terribly blue, but you don't want it white either. And then the white Uniball Signo pen. And you just put a few white stripes and it helps create that look of glass. PC935 in the wheel. There you go. Okay, so now I have left, I think we'll do the hot air balloon green. And I think we will use a grass green. So this is grass green PC909. And we can add in a bit of mulberry up here. And some dark purple PC931. PC1084 and PC942, and then PC, let's do the kelp green 1090 in these. Create a bit of a shadow. Very lightly with PC909. PC938. Back in with PC909. PC938. PC931. and then here PC931. PC995, and then white PC938. Then we need the blue slate because we've got a bit of sky in here, and we need a lot of white because this is actually in front of a cloud, so you'll have the cloud behind as well. PC935, just to redefine. And then we need to do the flag, and I think we'll do the flag green as well. PC909, PC1058, and then PC1097. And we'll blend it out with pale sage, PC1089. And a bit more PC909. Okay, so we've at least finished the circle and the car. We can do the, I'll just move that. We can do the plane. We'll make the tail denim blue. Add in a bit of PC1089 just to deepen it. Then we'll need the blue slate, PC1024. And again PC1101. Very lightly we'll use, actually I'm going to bring out some other grays. This is PC1050. Let's use a bit of silver, PC949. PC1058 on the underbelly. Okay, and then we'll blend it out with PC 1050. And we can do a bit of a blue cockpit. Then the silver PC 949. And we've done a plane. Thank you for joining me. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.